In this breaking story, Donald Trump is scrambling as Pam Bondi may be facing criminal charges. That's right, criminal charges over the Epstein fallout. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, this Epstein saga has been nothing short of disastrous. We finally got some Epstein files, although most of them are redacted. This is on top of Trump avoiding questions about the issue.
That I really don't want to soil it up by asking questions, even questions that are very fair questions that I'd love to answer. So I think we have to just stop right here.
And I think we understand why.
These documents were supposed to be searchable. In the very plain language of the text of the bill, it says they had to be delivered in a searchable and publicly accessible format. And right now, as we sit here today at 4:54, the full Epstein library on the Department of Justice's website doesn't have search functionality. Now, there is a note on their website that says, due to technical limitations in the format of certain materials, e.g. handwritten text, portions of these documents may not be electronically searchable and may produce unreliable search results. But they are entirely not functionally searchable right now. And so if you're a survivor sitting at home and you've been waiting for this day, that doesn't help you a whole lot. In fact, it has the potential to re-traumatize you, because what do you have to do to get at this information? You have to click through each and every image. And the images, I should tell you that the photos are placed in files indistinguishable from things like interview notes. So if you are a person who wants to see, how does this relate to me? What did they know about me? Or can I see the notes of the interview that I gave with them? If you're looking for that easily, even based on what you recall that you told them, obviously knowing that your name's going to be blacked out, you don't have that luxury. It's not a luxury, right? It was something that was supposed to be a given. You don't have that today. And so I'm thinking about all of the survivors that we've had on our network who have so generously shared of their time and their hearts, and how this isn't what it was supposed to be for them. Even just in a purely technical sense, the Department of Justice has fallen down on their promise of transparency.
But now things just got a little worse. That's right, Trump is scrambling as Pam Bondi faces criminal charges. Take a look at this.
The Justice Department's document dump this afternoon does not comply with Thomas Massie and my Epstein Transparency Act. They released one document from a New York grand jury of 119 pages, totally blacked out. This despite a federal judge ordering them to release that document. And our law requires them to explain redactions. There's not a single explanation for why that entire document was redacted. We have not seen the draft indictment that implicates other rich and powerful men who were on Epstein's rape island, who either watched the abuse of young girls or participated in the abuse of young girls and the sex trafficking. The reality is Pam Bondi has obfuscated for months. She first said there were no more documents to be seen. Now she's admitting and releasing hundreds of thousands of documents, but it is an incomplete release with too many redactions. Thomas Massie and I are exploring all options. It can be the impeachment of people at justice, inherent contempt, or referring for prosecution those who are obstructing justice. We will work with the survivors to demand the full release of these files, to demand justice for the Epstein class and accountability.
Attorney General Pam Bondi. Some Democrats are saying she should resign, including Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Are you considering impeachment for the Attorney General if you don't feel that the Justice Department complies with your law?
Thomas Massie and I talked about it. He's working, as am I, on drafting articles of impeachment and inherent contempt. We haven't decided whether to move it forward yet, but we're in the process of doing it. And look, the problem that the Attorney General has, if you just look at the comments to our social media feed, is the amount of MAGA influencers who are upset with her. And the issue for her is not, are there going to be 212 Democrats who would support it? The issue for her is how many Republicans and MAGA supporters would support it. So my hope, because my hope has never been about Pam Bondi getting justice or Todd Blanche getting justice. My hope is she looks at this. She looks at the outrage that MAGA has. She looks at the disappointment that the survivors have, and she makes a decision over the next 2 weeks to actually start releasing these documents, because she may lose more Republicans in the House than she anticipates.
So y'all are drafting articles of impeachment. I mean, how will you decide if you're going to file that?
Well, one is a pragmatic decision in terms of impeachment is a political decision. And is there the support in the House of Representatives? I mean, Massey and I aren't going to just do something for the show of it. But my sense is, just looking at the initial reactions from people in MAGA, from survivors, is that this release is going to cause as much grief for Pam Bondi as the earlier releases. Susan Wiles said she whiffed. This isn't building more trust. And I was early in the morning, I was giving positive quotes when Blanche was on television, because he said, I'm going to release a few 100,000 documents. Someone said, well, Ro, they had to release all the documents. I said, as long as they comply with the spirit of the law, I'm fine. But this was in no way complying with the spirit of the law. Massey and I wanted to cheer for actually having released things that helped the survivors, and we were just devastated.
Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.